up, Australia, because we've come through fire and rain to stand proud on the world stage. We did it hard, but we've done it well, and now we don't take second place to anyone. It's time for the old world to look to their mettle and take on head-to-toe the athletes from down under as the green and gold Gladiator teams take on the British Lion in this final Battle of the Ashes.
We're the Gladiators, and we're here to put our foes asunder. Gladiators, with the power of the wind and the crash of thunder. The battle for the ashes, we're here to put things right, to put things right. It's the battle for the ashes.
Good evening, Australia, and welcome to the Battle of the Ashes. Tonight it's the grand final, where our two top Australian women, who beat both their British rivals, will fight it out for the laurels. And Britain has one man left in the game. He comes up against our own domestic champion in a battle royal for the male honours. The English Gladiators will make it difficult for the Aussie challengers because the Brits want the Ashes bad. But our own Gladiators aren't about to make it easy for anyone because we want them even worse. But first, let's welcome our British host, Elrika Johnson, and our very own Mike Hammond.
Good evening and a very warm welcome to the National Indoor Arena here in Birmingham and to the Ashes final. Now, the result over the past couple of weeks has meant that the Aussies have secured themselves a win in the women's event, but it's only thanks to Mark Everett's victory last week that the Brits are in with a fighting chance.
Whoa! That doesn't the home crowd love it? I tell you what, though, I wouldn't be in Mark's shoes for anything tonight. The pressure must be amazing. Not only has he got to compete in his own right, but if he fails, the Ashes go home to Australia. So the pressure is really on him tonight. Of course, the winner will take home £6,000. That's 12,000 Australian dollars. But the runner-up will take home £2,000. That's about $4,000. So I think we should get them out here.
Well, there's all to play for, so let's wheel them out. Let's meet the girls, Marissa Hootner
and Catherine Arlo.
Marissa from Canberra is a teacher who swings, does gymnastics and plays rugby league. She's also our domestic champion. Catherine from Victoria is a physiotherapist and a USA Open Judo champion and runner-up in our grand final.
Welcome, Marissa. Now, what have you been up to since we saw you last?
Just basically the same training I always do. I try to keep in a regular routine, so don't make things too different.
Have you been trying to prepare yourself in any special way mentally and or anything? Or have you been keeping away from Catherine, for example, you know, the enemy, or...?
No, a bit of sightseeing, actually, trying to relax.
Oh, really? And you've been able to sleep well as well? Because that's always the thing. People are always nervous the night before.
Well, I've been sleeping nearly Australian time, so it's a bit uneven here, so I don't sleep too well at night, but I sleep during the day.
Now, how about tonight? Any favourite events?
I like hang tough.
So we can look forward to some success in that, we hope.
Yeah, and probably the pendulum too.
Oh, fingers crossed. Yeah. Marissa Hootner!
Now, Catherine, I suppose we should remind Australian viewers, in fact Brit viewers who haven't seen you before, but you and Marissa have come up against each other before in a domestic series in Australia.
That's right. We came up in the grand final and unfortunately I fell off hang tough and broke my collarbone, so I was unable to run the Eliminator and she had to run it by herself.
So how have you recovered from last week? Because that was a real blitzing effort that you put in last week.
Yeah, it was a really tough show because we had a lot of power events. I just took a really long rest and just tried to focus in for today's grand final.
Now, you've got the wall tonight. We haven't played that in this series so far. Is that one of your favourite events?
Yeah, I like the wall. It requires a lot of upper body strength and a lot of leg and a lot of agility work, so I'm looking forward to that one.
OK, we wish you all the best tonight.
Thanks a lot, Mike.
Catherine Arlo, ladies and gentlemen.
Now it's time to meet the guys representing Australia, Paul Reynolds.
And for the Brits, it's Mark Everett.
Paul from Sydney is a former rugby league rep. Now he's a dancer and an accountancy student and our domestic champion. Mark is the '95 British Gladiator champion. He's a martial arts exponent and his training includes athletics, weights and rugby union.
Paul, how are you feeling? Remind us, first of all, what you do and where you come from.
Right, I'm from Sydney, New South Wales, Australia. I work in an office and study by day, and I work for the Sydney's Hot Shots Dent Show by night.
I see, I see. And you're a pretty fit kind of guy. What have you been up to since we saw you last? Any special training or any special preparation?
No, just the usual training that I've been doing. I've been doing a lot of sightseeing. I went to the Cadbury Chocolate Factory, had a look around. I've discovered you guys have the same sort of culture as us. We drink lots of beer and you drink more.
Oh, yes, some of us do. Of course, not all of us. Now, tonight, how do you fancy your chances? I mean, first of all, you're up against a British audience here, so things on that front are going to be a bit tough.
Yes, I know. I can understand the British backing your guy here, and he's very good. He's long and he's strong and he's lean and he's mean, but I'm stronger and meaner, so...
Let's hear it for Paul Reynolds. Off we go.
Now, Mark, are you cool under pressure or what? I mean, how are you feeling at the moment?
I'm feeling a bit nervous because I know the whole country's riding on my shoulders tonight to perform and win, and I'm just going to give it my best shot.
After last week's show, a lot of the crew were talking about how amazed we all are at your athletic ability. I mean, you're fast, you're strong, you really are supremely fit. What do you do to keep fit? What sort of work do you do?
I train for the decathlon and weight training, but running up to the Gladiators, I train with the Boston rugby team, sidestepping and power events like sprint drills, etc.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mark Everett for the Brits.
Well, we've met the girls and we've met the guys, so let the Ashes final begin.
It's a game of cat and mouse high above the arena floor.
Pendulum. Avoid being tagged for 60 seconds to earn 10 points. Get caught, fall, and you're out.
First up on the Pendulum, it's Marissa. And tonight, she's facing Vogue. Over to John Anderson.
Contender ready! A 5-metre sphere wrapped in a cargo net. We call it the Pendulum. Marissa is on the opposite side at the start, and she's got to outclimb Vogue. And watch as they start that globe swinging back and forth, with the gravity increasing with each swing. In fact, at the South Pole, it's the worst of all, and that's where the best laid plans of mice and men often get away. Marissa's now moving south, but Vogue is already on her case. You can see the safety net right there, and you can see the gravitational effect weighing Marissa down. Marissa's just hanging on with her fingertips and her toes, but Vogue is not having it much easier. Vogue now working her way around the sphere. Marissa's still heading off towards the bottom. That could be dangerous. She's going to have to hang on for a long time, or maybe keep moving and try and work her way back up towards the top. Marissa just about to earn herself 5 points for being up there for 40 seconds. There it is. So she's earned 5 points for surviving, and I reckon she might survive the full 60 because Vogue's getting closer, but Marissa is watching every move she makes. Vogue trying to get a hold of that tag at Marissa's back, but Marissa's looking awesome as she's getting away from Vogue, and with only 2 seconds left on the clock, the Aussie woman's going to score 10.
Well done, Marissa. I mean, it was just going to get exciting there. It looked to me, although this is only your second time up, that you got a little bit stuck.
Yeah, my hands were a bit aching, and I thought, oh, am I going to get away? And I could see her coming from on top of me, which is quite different from the last time. And I thought, I've just got to hang on, I've just got to hang on. I know the time's going to go, and I just started to move across.
Next up on the Pendulum, it's Catherine. And she's going to be facing Lightning. Over to Johnny Anderson.
3, 2, 1. Now, Catherine hasn't played this game before, and she's got one of the nimblest gladiators up against her, but straight away Catherine goes for the base of the sphere, just like Marissa did, hoping to slow the action down and keep a few moves in front of Lightning. Catherine moving like Lightning is after her. Catherine must be feeling as if her limbs have turned to lead right about now. That netting is quite loose, and look at those toes scrambling to hang in there, but Lightning is closing up the gap. We're at the halfway mark, another 7 seconds and Catherine will earn 5 points. Notice the tag hanging from Catherine's back. Well, that's what Lightning's after. She goes for it and the whistle blows. Now, did Catherine infringe? Let's find out.
Oh, it's a very, very hard event, and certainly as you're going to the bottom of the Pendulum, you're at the toughest part of the Pendulum. Were you aware that John Anderson blew the whistle before the end of the game?
I had an idea after what I did.
What did you do?
It's the first time I've been up there, and she came around the side, and actually grabbed for my tag, I just kind of like put an arm out. And I think that's illegal.
It certainly is here. John, come and explain yourself.
Yes, this is a chase game, and the contenders are not allowed to block the gladiator getting to it. They've got to move away. And in this case, the contender used the body to block from the gladiator and is therefore disqualified.
Marissa swings to 10 points in the opening game. Catherine disqualified, nothing for her.
We've seen the girls, now let's see the guys. First up for Australia, let's welcome Paul Reynolds. And our gladiator, Saracen. To our referee.
Contender ready! Gladiator ready! Set the pendulum!
Paul was chased by Hunter last time round, and Hunter fell off as he tried to snare the Aussie dancer. Now this time Saracen has the task of catching this quick Australian, and both men using the equator to make tracks. Paul staying high. Paul going sky high this time, obviously determined to keep away from the paralysing gravitational effect on the underside. It's developing into an interesting game of hide and seek, with Paul hiding and Saracen desperately seeking the challenger. Saracen's heading the wrong way. I wonder if he knows it, because Paul is outfoxing the gladiator at the moment, and Saracen's working blind. He can't work out where Paul has gone. Obviously, he's not used to anyone going that high up. Saracen's making his way towards Paul now, and Paul has to get moving at last. He's still staying high and free. Saracen seems to be making hard work at the pendulum tonight. And with only 10 seconds to go, Paul is about to convert the 5 points that he earned by lasting the 40 seconds into a full blown-out 10. 1 second left. There it is. Well done, Aussie. 10 points.
Paul playing a bit of a tactic there, and I think it worked.
I think it did, yes, Mike. It was quite enjoyable up there. I'd only seen him once, and that was it.
Of course, the rule is that you can't, once you do one lap around the top, you have to come back down. But you actually didn't do a complete lap, did you?
No, that's right. I'm quite familiar with that rule. I was actually had a strategy. The plan was to go around halfway and then head under, because I know he's a big man and he's going to have to find it difficult to hold his weight, but he just couldn't. He kept going the opposite way, so I was lucky.
Well, Paul, first event of the night and 10 points. Well done. Saracen, I saw at the start, you're going, where is he? Where is he? Looking all around.
I couldn't see where he was. At one time I had my foot caught in the nets and I was nearly falling off with my foot caught. But he did very well. He obviously evaded me. He deserves his 10 points.
And now to the guy under all the pressure, representing Great Britain, it's Mark. And our gladiator is Condor. John Anderson, the game is yours.
3, 2, 1.
Well, as Mike Hammond said, the pressure is really on Mark. As the only remaining Brit, he's carrying the weight of his country on his shoulders. Last week, he scored more points than anyone I've ever seen. Can he make as good a start as Paul tonight? Mark sensing danger and starts scrambling for safety. The Condor's pretty good up here, and he's motoring, and Mark looks like he might be in trouble as they both head southwards at a rate of knots, almost too fast because Mark nearly lost it there. He's swinging and clinging, only just though. This game is a real cliffhanger, literally a cliffhanger for Mark, as the gravity starts to increase the force at his fingertips. Now he's got 5 points for lasting up there for 40 seconds. Can he hang on a bit longer? Condor's about to swoop, he's got him. 5 points for the Brit.
Condor, a man with a mission. You were flying there at the start.
Yes, I was. I had to get a bit of respect there back for the Aussies, because Mark's been a very good challenger, and he brought out a little bit more in me.
Certainly was after last week's performance, and of course, we have the Australian contender there getting up on the 10 points. I suppose it was your job to stop the Brit from getting his 10 points.
Well, if I forget to do it for myself, I do it for Australia.
Okay. Well, Mark, do you get a fright there by how quickly he came after you?
Yeah, well, my normal tactic is to wait until I see the gladiator, and then when I see him coming over the top, I went the opposite way to what I'm normally used to, so it was a bit different, but not to worry.
2 thrilling matches to open the game. Paul takes 10, Britain has 5. Everybody hits the wall after the break.
be representing Australia in the final. It's Aussie versus Aussie, and I'll be doing it for my country and for myself.
Climbing isn't a sport you want to rush, but then gladiators aren't people you particularly want to hang around for.
60 seconds to get to the top, 10 points if you make it, nothing if you course.
Standing at the foot of the wall, it's Catherine. And she's going to be chased by Vogue. Also getting ready to climb, it's Marissa. And she's going to be pursued by Lightning. Over to our referee, John Forsyth.
Contenders, you will go on my first whistle. Gladiators, you will go on my second. 3, 2, 1.
Catherine's in the gold shorts with Vogue in pursuit. Marissa's in the green shorts being tracked by Lightning. Now Catherine, the physiotherapist from Victoria, is looking a lot more confident than her Canberra rival and countrywoman Marissa. Vogue has a hard chase on her hands and also on her toes. Lightning, though, is closing in on Marissa, and Lightning has got close enough now to strike and grab Marissa. Will she take her off? Yep, she does. She rips the Aussie off the rock face, but look at this, Catherine's over the top for 10.
Catherine, well done. You said you liked the wall. You've just got up here and got yourself 10 points. Well done.
Yeah! That was great. Really looking forward to the wall. As I said, I've got a lot of upper body strength. Excuse me to all the climbers out there, I do not have a good technique, but it's the first one to the top that wins.
Well, Vogue, I guess you must be a very unhappy bunny.
I am rather, because she started quite slowly and I was quite keen, thinking I was going to actually get her off. She made a slip at the top and I really thought I was going to get her foot, but she zipped over the top rather quickly and unfortunately I didn't get to get her.
Ah, never mind, and never mind to you too, Marissa. I mean, I have to say, you hesitated for a split second and she was there.
Oh yeah, I'm not very good on the wall, but I knew that she was going to beat Lightning fast, and I knew I had to do something really good. And I had looked down, I could see her coming up to me, and I knew that, oh my God, she's got me. And once she grabbed me, it was kind of hurting on my wounds, and she just yanked me away, and I just grabbed onto her.
The wall is a winner for Catherine. 10 points for her puts her even Stevens with Marissa. 3 games to go. Great Britain's glamour gladiator. This is one guy who was built for the chase. Very few get away from this athlete.
So now we move into the men's event with Paul. And he's going to be chased by Hunter. Also getting ready to climb. Representing Great Britain, it's Mark. And he's going to be followed by Condor. Over to our referee, John Forsyth.
Contenders, you will go on my first whistle. Gladiators, you will go on my second.
Condor wants to stop Mark from reaching the top, and this is Hunter's speciality, trying to catch Paul on the wall. Lots of ripples on the English wall, and the wall itself seems to have an outward overhang, but it's pretty similar to ours. It's not proving any problem for Mark, who's going hand over fist, and he's halfway up. Look at this, Paul's tumbled. Oh boy, that's got him out of the race. Mark is flying away from Condor. Not long to go and plenty of time to do it in. 3 more steps and I reckon he'll make it. He's just about there. Condor's catching up, but it's too late. 10 points to the Brit.
So tell me, Mark, what sort of training do you do for an event like that?
Well, Mike, that's the first time I've ever got up the wall successfully. Right. And I was absolutely dreading that. But it just paid off in the end.
Well, Condor, I guess all I can ask is what happened?
Well, it's a new wall to me, so I should have done a left when I did a right. That's about it.
Well, I think we'll leave it at that because I don't think you particularly want to say any more. But Paul, a little bit unlucky, but then you've got the top man behind you.
Oh, I think Hunter's been up there and oiled all the pegs for me beforehand. I just slipped off. What can I say? He's good. He's quick. I knew he was quick anyway, so...
And unfortunately for you, not much of a challenge.
No, he did okay. I had a bad start, did have a little bit of a slip. But I think he slipped up in the end. And I wanted to see Mark get to the top, so nice one, Mark.
No points for the Aussies, and Britain takes 10. So Australia trails by 5 points. 3 games to catch up, Paul.
So that's 2 events out of the way. Still to come, swing shot, hang tough, and duel. Join us for more Ashes action after the break here on Gladiators.
the sole British contender in the final. Gives me great inspiration to win. I'm doing this for Great Britain.
The challengers' targets are the coloured balls. The Gladiators' targets are the challengers.
Slingshot. 3 points for a red ball, 2 for a blue, and 1 for a yellow, but only if you get them back in your basket.
Our challengers representing Australia are Catherine and Marissa. Our British Gladiators are Laser and Lightning. To our referee, John Anderson.
Contenders ready! Gladiators ready! 3, 2, 1.
So the former British Olympic coach, John Anderson, sends them on their way, and up goes Marissa. There's a yellow ball in her hand, that's 1 point. They're tangled, let's restart.
There are 50 seconds remaining. 3, 2, 1.
So they fly again, and it's an exact repeat here because Marissa's got up for another yellow. Good start there from Marissa, she hangs on, that's 2 yellow to her. 1 in her hand and 1 in her teeth. Catherine reaches out, Lightning blocks her, knocks the yellow ball out of her hand, so no points to Catherine. Marissa bounces down, nearly got the blue on the fingertips. What can Catherine do? Nothing, because Lightning is lightning fast in this game, blocking everything Catherine's trying. Marissa, this time she gets a blue and moves on to 4 points. Catherine flew and still nothing for her. They set themselves once more, time running out. Marissa comes down again, knocks a blue. Catherine grabs a blue at last, but can't get it back into her basket. Oh, that's a real blow for her because the whistle will blow and she won't score in swing shot. Marissa tries again, a good game for her.
Now, Marissa and Catherine, I know you guys are competitive, but that start of the game there where you were tangled up, are you that competitive? Do you want to be that close, or you're trying to keep away from each other?
I can't seem to help it. I did that on my last one, got in trouble, but I don't know, I just seemed to jump out in front of the other competitor. I didn't mean to.
Catherine, bad news for you, of course. As we said, the blue ball there in your hand, and you didn't get up there before the round ended, therefore no points.
It's a tough game for me. I've never played it before, and Lightning's just phenomenal. So what can I say and what can I do, really?
Lightning, I think they should put an extra run up there past the red balls for you because you're almost going through the roof of the arena.
It's got a lot to do with the bounce, how you jump off the platform, how you use the floor, and again when you come back. So, I mean, we've had a bit more practice than the Australians, so they did very well for the first time. But the game was so out of control. I mean, I ended upside down at one point, and I think somebody else did too, but I really enjoyed this. Really good fun.
Marissa grabs 5, Catherine 0. And now Marissa is 5 points ahead of her countrywoman with 2 games to go.
So now we move into the men's event with Mark. And representing Australia, it's Paul. And they're going to be facing Wolfman and Taipan. Over to John Anderson.
Contenders ready! Gladiators ready! 3, 2, 1.
So the wolf and the snake take your choice as they bounce down, and Mark gets 3 from his first bounce. Taipan shoved Mark away, but he's still got the red. Down he goes again, another push from Taipan, but Mark still gets another 3. Paul gets 2, so it's 6-2 after the second bounce. Down they go once more, bloodies go everywhere, and there's no score this time around. Just over 30 seconds to go. Taipan goes early, Mark held back, Paul gets a yellow, and Mark gets another blue. He's scoring freely, he's on to 8. Paul's on to 3 as they bounce down once more. Paul couldn't get a blue that time, but Mark, what did he do this time? He's got another blue. This is absolutely fantastic. He's just scoring at will. Unfortunately, Taipan hasn't got his timing right, and Mark, he's got it perfect. Paul goes down for Australia once more, 1 blue left. He gets it. Mark just standing on top of the podium because there's nothing there for him, but it was a good game.
Well, Taipan, a little bit unlucky for you because Mark's super at this event.
Yeah, what can I say? I did my best. Mark obviously beat me, so good luck to him.
And you, Wolfman, there are banners saying Wolf is a pussycat, but I thought you were pretty good.
Are you feeling all right? I don't believe this. It takes 15 shows and 2 ashes for you to tell me you actually like something I did.
Well, kind of like it. He's fallen over. Paul, very unlucky. The Wolfman was in great form tonight.
A lot of the balls were knocked off the pole. That made it difficult. I was very lucky to get the last blue one. I had a bad game. Full credit to Mark and full credit to Wolf as well. They both had a good game.
Well, I have to give you warm congratulations, Mark, because I know this is your event. In the past, you've scored hundreds of points, literally.
Yeah, this is my favourite event, Ulrika. The only problem we had was that all the balls was off the pole and we had about 10 more seconds to go.
You were hungry for more balls, right?
I had a lot more swing in me.
Great scoring spree for Mark. He takes 10 and Paul takes 5. And the Brits move to 25 and the Aussies trail by 10. Stay tuned because we've got Jewel coming up next.
First heat was tough. The British girls were great competition, but now it's final time.
This is not a game for challengers scared of heights. It's not the height of the platform, it's the height of the gladiators.
5 points if you survive for the full 30 seconds, 10 points if you knock the gladiator down.
First up on Jewel, it's Marissa. And tonight, she's facing Rio. Over to John Anderson.
Contender ready! Gladiator ready!
Check out the size of Rio. I thought Marissa was pretty big, but Rio towers all over her. And Marissa's wrong-footed from the start, and Rio's giving her a pretty bad time. Looking in a lot of trouble is Marissa as she loses the grip on her pugil stick, but the whistle's blown, and let's see what for. It was a gridlock. Let's restart the game.
There was an interlocking of the pugil sticks and leaning. Both of you were guilty. We restart. 3, 2, 1.
Rio blasts away at Marissa. Marissa's battling just to stay up there. She is taking a hammering. She's starting to lose her balance. Wobbling, wandering, and she wanders all over Rio's platform. It's over. Rio was just too strong tonight. Marissa took a lot of punishment before she made that very fatal error that cost her the game.
Well, congratulations, Rio, but she did give you a little bit of a challenge there.
Yeah, I must say, I think she's probably one of the toughest contenders I've ever had. She gave me some really hard bashes and I almost lost my footing, which I tend to think I'm quite comfortable up there, so she's a really tough cookie.
You certainly were. I mean, you didn't pick up any points on this occasion, but great compliments coming from Rio.
Yeah, she is a very tough contender. She gave me a few herself, so my head was going ring, ring. But unfortunately, she kept getting my stick out of my hand, so I overbalanced and stepped on to join her.
A deadly burst of concentrated energy. Laser. This gladiator is ready to cut all challengers down to size.
Next up on Jewel, it's Catherine. And she's going to be battling it out against Laser. Over to John Anderson.
3, 2, 1. A better size matchup here as Catherine pummels the British warrior so hard and fast. Laser starts going all over the place, but she recovers. I don't know how. Now Catherine is taking it hard as she starts defending. Catherine's using the pugil stick like a baseball bat, and Laser's landing a few rugged wallops. I can hear both women groaning. The crowd's groaning too. They can feel these hits going. The time's ticking down. Who's going to falter first? I don't think either will because the whistle beats them. Catherine gets fired. And that was one of the toughest games of duel I've seen for a while.
Well, Lisa, I suppose I should congratulate you on recovering, because at one time I thought we were going to lose you completely.
I know, I thought I was off there for a moment.
You're normally, excellent on this, and you looked a little bit unsettled there.
Well, she got in a really good blow. I think that got me off balance. But I'm glad I recovered. I'm pretty, I didn't get her off though.
I mean, you came back and you were a bit angry.
Absolutely. And I could see she was scared. I saw that fear in her eyes. Time was too short.
Certainly was. I mean, you put up a great resistance. As I said, you nearly knocked her off.
Yeah, I was so surprised that she was bending over. I thought, oh my God, I'm going to knock over a gladiator, so I thought I'd better not. It'd ruin the show.
Catherine 5 and Marissa 0. So with one game to go, how close is this? They're neck and neck at 15 apiece.
We've seen the girls, now let's see the guys. Representing Australia, it's Paul. The gladiator for the Brits is Hunter. Our referee, John Anderson. Contender ready!
It's a rematch for both these guys, and Paul was unsuccessful last time round.
3, 2, 1.
Hunter holds back and now goes bang, and Paul goes on the defensive straight away. Paul standing his ground, just waiting for an opportunity just to get a few blows at himself, but he stands on Hunter's podium. You're out of here, Paul.
What did you have for breakfast, mate?
Big bowl of porridge. Yeah, you know, it's not the way I'd like to win. The contenders start to step to the platform. It's always nice to win with a clean knockdown, but very defensive that time. Last time I took him out and he was obviously aware that I was going to hit him with a few big blows, but he stayed on a bit longer than last time.
Paul, come in here. I know that you were so psyched up for that round, out behind backstage before it started. You were so focused on it.
Man, I was out for revenge because he got me a beauty last game. The tension was that thick you could have cut it with a knife up there. We were looking at each other ready to kill. I'm glad it's over in a way, but full credit to him. He played a good fight.
No points for the Australian camp. How will the Brits go? It's Mark against the gladiator Vulcan. John Anderson, the game is yours.
Well, did you see Vulcan knock Mark's hand away? He's not learning any better manners from the bombs. And Vulcan's so keen he almost lost his stick. He's got it back and Mark is in a real flurry up there. He's behind the 8 ball, all right. He's wobbling and Vulcan just pushes him off the back. No points.
Vulcan, I think showing up there that when it gets down to the Ashes and the pride of your nation, it's not only how our Australian challengers perform, but how the Australian gladiators perform at stopping the Brits from scoring points.
Tonight, I want to let all you Brits know that I am the king.
I don't know if this is the right place to try that one on. I don't think you'll find too many people here agreeing. I don't think you will either, Mark.
No, he's not the king. We're the best, the Brits. He got a bit lucky on that game. I hit him with a few good blows. He got me, due respect to him. But then he just prodded me and I was off balance, so he was lucky.
What a game. Both nations were stopped in their tracks, and England still lead by 10 points with one game to go. Hang in there, Hang Tough's up next.
truly international competition and all the challengers are great athletes. But I'm here to bring the Ashes home to Australia, and this is what I propose to do.
Okay, well, this event is the challengers' one big chance to take a swing at a gladiator.
60 seconds to get past the attacking gladiator and 10 points if you make it to the opposite platform.
Representing Australia, it's Marissa. For Great Britain, it's Lightning. Our referee for this round, John Forsyth.
Contender, are you ready?
Marissa was up here 2 weeks ago against Lightning and she cleverly trapped the gladiator who had to drop out of the event. But Marissa didn't get home in time. She got 5 points, but I bet you she's keen to make it 10 tonight. And from the start, Lightning taking those long swings, and within seconds, Marissa and Lightning are face to face. Lightning, though, has to reposition and dangerously start swinging one-handed. She's back on it 2 again. Marissa can't go forward and Lightning's waiting for that next move. Marissa just moving to the left, choosing evasion first over the run for the platform, but Marissa stalls. That's dangerous. Marissa's swinging in midair and a stationary target. It's a cat and mouse game up here. Lightning realises Marissa is caught in the doldrums and she strikes. She's holding on to her, but look at this. Marissa's got her caught once more. Now Lightning have to let go and reposition herself, but Marissa fends her off. This is almost a repeat of their last clash. Lightning's trying to get Marissa off the rings. Fury and Delta are saying, hang in there. Come on, Aussie, stay. And I reckon she will do it. Yep, she gets the 5.
John, you've got something for us.
Yes, Mike, I think there's been a rule infringement, so we have to have a look at the video.
Okay, well, if we turn to the video wall, then we'll see what happens here.
Well, let's see if we can pick up what John Forsyth's concerned about. The way they swing, and it must be this head-high defensive tactic there. Let's go to Mike.
John, what's the ruling?
Well, unfortunately, whether it's intentional or unintentional, you can't attack around the throat or the head, so I'm afraid we're going to have to disqualify Marissa.
Marissa, no points there. You must be disappointed. Obviously, the spirit of Gladiators, it wasn't an intentional move.
No, it wasn't, and I always believe that anything head high, like also in rugby league and everything that we play back in Australia, that if anything's aimed at the head, it is very dangerous, so I can see their point of view. But I am very disappointed, yes.
Round 2 for the girls. It's Catherine against Vogue.
Disappointment for Marissa, but a sensible decision because these games are dangerous if you ignore safety standards. So John Forsyth sends them on their way, and Vogue with a much more measured approach. A slower start, and both women are getting quite a good look at each other as they position themselves in hang tough. Now remember that this is Catherine's bogey game. She hurt her shoulder in our grand final on hang tough, and hopefully that won't happen here tonight. Vogue is just shadowing Catherine. Vogue's looking the goods and just over 30 seconds to go. Catherine's being caught. Vogue now manoeuvring her body to get Catherine off the ring. She's shaking and Catherine's off. There's no points, but she looks hurt. Let's go to Mike.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. No problem.
A heavy fall?
It was quite a heavy fall. I fell on my bad shoulder again. I think it's just a bit of a shock. I'll be fine. She was a great competitor. I got further than what I did last time, so I'm pretty happy.
I know for you, psychologically, hang tough is a bad game. That is how you broke your collarbone in the Australian domestic series.
Yeah, I'm usually very, very strong in the mind, but I just can't seem to be able to get over the event. But you know, it's no excuse. Every athlete should be big enough and have the mental toughness to be able to get up there every time.
Neither woman makes any advance in the last game, and guess what? This Eliminator is going to be started with both challengers at the same time.
So now we move into the men's event with Paul. And he's going to be swinging it out against the King of the Rings. It's Saracen. Over to our referee, John Forsyth.
Contender, are you ready?
Did she say Saracen, King of the Rings? Well, kings sometimes lose their crowns. Maybe Paul can put a dent in this Brit's ego. Come on, Paul, you can do it. Saracen straight into the fray. Paul all eyes on his opponent as they come together so fast. And the deadly dance of evasion now begins. Paul decides it's time to do a bit of dodging, and Saracen starts right after him. Paul's ready for that because he's switched tack and our guy is going for broke. He's looking good up there. Saracen nearly connected with that one, but the Aussie gets 10 points, you little ripper.
I thought actually when you were standing up there you were looking a little bit uncertain and then you were just so confident.
I was. I've been having such a bad day. I tell you, I'm so glad to win that one. I think it was a lot of luck involved. Poor old Saracen got a bad ring up there, and then I just got through and I just scraped onto the platform, mind you, though. I nearly fell off.
Next up on Hang Tough, it's Mark. And he's going to be facing Taipan. Over to John Forsyth.
Well, the King of the Rings couldn't do anything. Let's see if the Lord of the Rings can. Can Taipan stop Mark from getting to the other side? And in seconds, Taipan takes a few big swings, and look at this. He's already up to Mark. He's closed in, and both guys now start the dogfight. Mark goes suddenly to his right, and Taipan puts him in check. So they swing closer and closer, each one waiting to see where the other's heading. Taipan tried to lock on. He made his first lunge, but he couldn't get him. Taipan's just gauging Mark's position, and Mark trying to look calm and in control. Both these guys are fixated on one another. Mark realising that Taipan knows where he's headed, so he's just treading water at the moment. Now he starts to traverse. He's over the platform, but he didn't drop, and that was Taipan's opportunity. He gets him off, and London Bridge comes falling down.
Oh, Mark. I'm not happy. You must be devastated.
A bit devastated, yeah. He was going fairly well.
You put in a lot of work there. I mean, traversing, getting out of his way, and then...
Yeah, he just caught me. If I had enough swing and was over one more ring, I would have made it, but I didn't have the bottle to just go for the platform, so I wouldn't have made it, so I had to come back, and that's when he got me.
Well, there's a lot of disappointed people in the audience, but I expect you're delighted.
I'm rapt. I'm really rapt with that. It was a bit of cat and mouse at the end there, but I'm the cat.
So a fabulous 10 points for Paul means that coming into the Eliminator, it's the same as the women. Scores are level, they'll start together.
Well, now it's do or die time. Waiting just around the corner is the Eliminator. Join us after the break here on Gladiators. Well, this is the last chance for our challengers to do it for their nation.
Everyone must face the last test tonight. This is the grand final Eliminator.
Marissa, last time we saw you here on the Eliminator, we can see the damage that the Travelator did to you. What sort of thoughts go through your mind as you're going to face it tonight?
This time I'd like to eat it first.
Okay, so you're going to eat up the Travelator. We hope so. Catherine, how about you? The injury there from Hang Tough, you all set for this event?
No problems. As I said to everybody else, the Australians aren't here for a long time. We're here for a good time.
Well, we're sure that the British crowd is going to be behind both of our challengers tonight. All that remains now is to see which side you start from. We'll get you to call. We'll bring John Forsyth in to do the toss. Catherine?
Heads.
Heads. Call for heads.
Heads it is.
Okay, we'll swap sides and get set to start the event.
Catherine with the bandage on her shoulder. That's an aggravated injury from the domestic series grand final when she broke her collarbone. Marissa with the grazes on her stomach. That was from slipping down the Travelator 2 weeks ago. They're both battle scarred and ready to go. And this is like watching a mirror image. There's absolutely nothing between them as they leave the maze and start to go up the rope. Maybe Catherine just slightly ahead. Onto the hand ladder now. Yep, Catherine is just in front. Will her shoulder stand up to the stress? They're halfway across the hand ladder and Catherine has a nice little lead. She's through, but there's nanoseconds only separating them. The logs were no problem and now they're climbing the net. I don't know how Catherine's collarbone's going, but my heart rate has gone into the red zone. This is a spectacular eliminator because Marissa's in front and now they go down the zip line locked together. We're about to find out who really is the best between these two great challengers. Onto the balance beam, locked neck and neck. It's Marissa, it's Catherine, and Catherine falls. Oh no, that was no good. Marissa off the Travelator. I don't think she'll make it. Yes, she does. Marissa is home. Oh, bad luck for Catherine, but spectacular for Marissa. She's done it. And I wonder if Catherine would have won if it hadn't have been for that tumble. She's done the Travelator so easy. Bad luck, Catherine, but Ulrika, let's hear how Marissa feels.
Well, Marissa Hootner, you must be in agony, but you must be absolutely delighted. After all that, I'm going to make you hold that because I'm not holding it for a second longer than I have to. Huge congratulations. How are you feeling?
Very tired, but very happy.
You must be delighted.
I am. I knew it was going to be tough getting up that Travelator, but I wasn't going to let it grate me again.
No, I mean, you've got the scars to prove you've been here a couple of times. And in here, I have a check for £6,000. I understand that's about 12,000 Australian dollars. Let's hear it for Marissa.
Sometimes it's the things that we don't think will cause us any trouble that actually jump up and do it. And for you, it was that balance beam. I mean, that's probably, everyone would think, the easiest piece of equipment on the whole course.
No, for me, the rolling logs and the balance beam have been my bogey. And yeah, I just didn't have a clean run. But all credit to Marissa. She had a clean run. She went all the way through. We've had a good time. The Australians have come and had a really good time. Thanks to everybody. Thanks to all our sponsors. And thank you, Birmingham.
Well, Mark, what a night it's been so far. And now, of course, there's no head start at all. You've got the Ashes, the result of the Ashes resting on your shoulders, just to put it mildly.
A little bit of pressure. Best thing I can do is just give it 100%. That way I'll know that I'm going to perform well.
And what about you, Paul? I mean, you've had some support from our audience here tonight, but this is the deciding factor as far as the Ashes goes.
Yes, well, Ulrika, the audience has been fabulous tonight. Thank you very much, England. However, this is the biggest event of my life, and I'm going to give it 100%. And I've got the pressure of all of Australia on my shoulders. I'm going to carry that and hopefully bring home the Ashes to Australia.
Well, we'll wait to find out what the result is, but as there's no head start, let's bring in John Anderson to flip a coin as to who's going to go in which lane. So I'll ask you to flip the coin, and then you can ask Mark to call.
Thank you, Ulrika. Mark, you're going to call, and the winner of the toss gets to decide.
Heads.
Heads.
Heads is called. Heads it is.
All right, Mark, which side do you want to go on?
I'll stay on this side.
All right, then. OK, the very best of luck to both of you, and we'll all be watching you very intensely. Good luck.
Well, you couldn't ask for a better result. Head-to-head and two fantastic challengers. The best from each nation. Paul's our national champ, and Mark's the British hero. Bang, away they go. Mark quicker over the first hurdle, and he's hit the maze just first. But Paul the Nimble Dancer is out of the maze first. And now he starts to fly up the rope. He's got half a second on Mark as he gets to the handbrake. And we know how good he is at this. Look at this digger go. On the bike, he's whipping the cream up there and leaving Mark, and he's just grinding the coffee. Lots were no problem, and now Paul's out in front on the net. But I reckon Mark is coming back. He's closing the gap with some big steps. Paul's on top and ready for the zip line. He grabs a hold, down he comes. This is beautiful, and that is the quickest exit I have ever seen. Look at this clock. He is blitzing all records, I reckon. Steadies up for the Travelator, and oh, he is a fantastic champion. He is Australian, and together the Australian team have brought the Ashes home to Australia. They've beaten the Poms on their own turf. This is absolutely fantastic. Vulcan's got him high on the shoulders. The Gladiators and the Challengers just cheering this champ home, and Mark doesn't know what to do. He's lost his resolve, I reckon. John Anderson's telling him just go for it, son. Well, they may have lost the Ashes, but I tell you what, they're not going to lose any national pride. Mark just standing there, just thinking about what could have been, as he sets himself for the Travelator. Up he goes. He's home, but let's now go to Elrika with our record-breaking champ.
Well, Paul Reynolds, you must be so excited, delighted, everything.
Oh, words cannot describe. This is unbelievable. I can't believe I'm here. I still can't.
The biggest event of your life, and you come through a winner.
And when am I going to wake up? Somebody pinch me, please. This is unbelievable.
Well, let me wake you up by giving you this big mama. Here. And a cheque for £6,000. And unfortunately for us, you will be going back to Australia with the Ashes.
I'm proud, so proud. Thank you to all of our Australian team. I did this for the Australian team. Marianne Connolly, I promised I'd say that. All the executives, all the staff, everybody's been behind this. This is unbelievable. I want to say thank you to everybody here, and especially to my contender, Mark, who's been brilliant. He's been a gentleman the whole way through again.
Let's hear it for Australia and Paul Reynolds.
Commiserations, commiserations. Let's present you with your trophy and, of course, a prize for £2,000 for being the runner-up. But, of course, you've been the man under the most pressure tonight, being the only one who could have saved the Ashes and kept it in a tight situation. Unfortunately, that wasn't the way tonight.
Yeah. The Eliminator went really well. I just messed up on the hand bike. I didn't seem to have it when I wanted to pull it out of the bag. Not to worry, it went fairly well. And then for the first time ever, I fell at the Travelator.
Look, I know that for sure, not only the home crowd, but I'm sure everybody around the world is really inspired by your sportsmanship and just at how great and fit and athletic you are. And congratulations, anyone, a fantastic effort right through this series. Let's have a big round of applause for Mark.
Thank you.
Well, Mike, I have to say, I'm truly gutted.
Look, I have to smile, Ulrika, because I must admit that for my countrymen and for Australia, I'm very happy. But the challenge is well and truly set. Here are the Ashes, and we'll be taking them home. But you guys will have to come back to get them. We'll see you next time when we do the Ashes again. So the challenge is well and truly there for you, Brits, Ulrika.
Yeah, you bet your bottom dollar. We'll be back. Join us for more action on Gladiators.
Goodbye.
What a great way to finish the year. Australia has won the Ashes. Thanks for joining us right here on Gladiators.
Gladiators.